Welcome to Trading Lounge and the crypto report for the 12th of March. So we'll look at Bitcoin, we'll look at ETH in a bit of detail, those two, and then I'm going to have a really quick, fast look at some of the altcoins. Okay, so with we're on track here. No real sort of change, but a few things to talk about. So as you know, we're looking for top of wave 3. We looked at wave 4 being here, and we're looking for wave 5 to move up to the next level, which is the medium level here, 65. A medium level is just halfway between two major levels, 5 and 8, and we get the 5 and 8 from the Fibonacci numbers. So 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, 80,000, 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8. So we're using the Fibonacci as a price ratio on the side here, and that's got a handful of implications and benefits, but I won't go into those at the moment. But the 65 is our target. Of course, the old high is going to be an issue, the which is 8 profit taking number, and then 60 and also 62 as well, because when you think about 62 and you're using the price here as geometry and ratios and so on, well, the 62 becomes the 61.8, so that will also be a small target on the way as well, but it will be the 65 that we're looking at. And yes, it can go higher and lower than that, but we'll see the correction eventually play out across this level here. So from wave 4 to wave 5, we're looking for an impulse wave, which an impulse wave is 5 waves of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's actually a bit higher. It will go a bit higher than that now, and 5 here. Now we're also considering, last time we spoke, last few times we spoke, that we're looking for this possibly as an A wave here, a B wave over here, and a C wave here. Now that's been, and then as wave 4 and then wave 5 up here. Now that's been diminishing day by day, but it's still not out of the picture. It's still possible, and I'll explain why that's possible, because as a B wave up here, it needs to be 3 waves to the upside here. So an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave, and that C wave needs 5 waves. So it's possible that we could get an expanded flat here as well. So I need to point out an expanded flat. So the flat corrections, there's a little family of them. There's 3 of them. The regular flat, the expanded flat, and the running flat. The expanded flat, basically the market moves up here, moves back down in 3 waves, and then moves up here in 3 waves, taking the top out here. This is probably not the case, but it's okay. And then the 5-wave structure down here to take out the low of wave A here, taking out the wave A low here, and then moving up from that point. So we still need to monitor this 3-wave move up through here and understand when that's completed, and understand when we've actually moved past that as well. Okay, so yeah, let's go in and have a closer look. So this is how we're looking at the moment. So this is where the B wave sits here. So we need this 3rd wave here to complete. I think that, you know, that we're on our 5-wave journey to the upside. But as I've mentioned before, this correction here is rather small compared to this one. And secondly, we're 1 degree higher in wave 4. So we should be seeing this one, you know, 60% bigger than this one through here for this. We've got trades on. We've had trades on all through here and all through here as well. We'll look at those. I'm not trading this. I'm just a hodler. So I don't know if I've got this updated or not, but about 34 positions. I think I've got just over 100K in there. Nearly 4 Bitcoin for that. So yeah, I've added a lot extra down here, so I haven't sort of added this week in here for this, but I'll get back to adding to this next week as well. Well, I might even wait for this after this. I'll see how I go anyway. It doesn't matter. So This move up here was the 61.8%, so we've blown past that. This was the 78.6, the square root of 61.8%, so we don't need that. But we're still not out of the woods with wave 3 or wave C for wave B here. So we'll go in and have a closer look, break that trend down. So from wave 2 here to wave 3 up here, which can also be the B wave here, that's why we need to be a bit mindful. And yeah, it's probably not the case, but you know, it's not going to hurt to have it there and work through it, is it? So that's good practice. So from wave 2 to wave 3 here, we're looking for 5 waves. So we're looking at 1 and 2 here, and then 3 here and 4 here, and then wave 5 up through here. So between wave 4 and wave 5, we'll also be looking at 5 waves, so we'll need to understand that. I'll just make an educated guess here at the moment for that. Something like this. At the 60, so the 60 is obviously going to be a target for most normal folks, and then this one. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, so between wave 2 and wave 3, we're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's all good. So we need to just sort of understand that there. So I will just go into our tick chart. We'll bring in some more data. So there we've got the trend from wave 2 here. We've got wave 1 and 2. We've worked all through this. And then 1 and 2 here. We've been working through all this from 2 to 3 here. We've been working as 1 and 2 and 5 waves in here and 4 and 5 and back for wave 4. And yesterday we were, in yesterday's video, we were looking for wave 4. Now wave 4, the 38.2% retracement level, or the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree. I'll just double check that again, actually, just for my own, even though it's done and dusted, just gives me an understanding of the personality of things. So it's only coming down, but that's 40% and 24% there, so it's in that space there. So it's just good to know that, because when we get the blue, when we get this blue one over here, well, we've got this wave 4 and then this wave 4, and then we're going to have a blue wave 4 over here soon. So if we know that it hasn't been pulling back down to that level, then you know, we'll expect it to be on this transient line here, so to speak. So anyway, that's just something else, just getting to understand the personality of the market. All the markets, you know, they're like human beings. We're all the same, but we're all uniquely different. Yes, and of course you're special. We need to look for 5 waves in this structure here. So they'll be of this degree. So we need to look at that. I'll double check that in a moment. So wave 3 here, just in terms of personality and structure and so on, this green wave 3 here was the longest. So that means that by the book, waves 1 and 5, we can see the extensions in wave 3 here. So that means that wave 1 here and wave 5 will be roughly the same, but that's not going to be the case. So we can look at, there's different ways to get targets for this, but sometimes I find the length of the third wave here, and we take 61.8% of that. So from here, we can just work upside down, can't we? So we can take this way. So that's a target that I normally look for in that regard. You could also have the extension from the previous wave, which is also a really nice way to work as well. So that brings us up a little bit shorter at that point. Well, shorter and longer, so it brings us up a little bit. We're going to blast through that, so that's not going to work. So probably this is where the 62 comes in. Probably. I mean, it's all part of group 1. From 60, we got 1, 2, and 3, which is all group 1. But anyway, we'll just watch that number there. So that will be our target to the upside here for this. I mean, it doesn't really matter about the targets, because at the end of the day, you just got to count the waves, you know. It's not as easy as counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then ABC. It is and it isn't. So what we need to do is just check on this a little bit. We need to check on this structure here, just in case this is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to finish just here, and that could be the end of it there. So we'll just go from 100 ticks down to 20 ticks, and we'll just resolve that problem. So we're at 20 ticks now, and this is the low of wave 4. So we're just going to have a quick look at this here. So I want to have a look at that first. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here for wave 1. ABC for 2 here. Has that got lower than that? I want it to, we're just checking on this one. Or it's a tad lower. So what we could do here is we can look at this being, I can just use this here. We'll have to go to wave 2 here. Okay, we can all count together here for that. Don't need that now. So it's probably, let me get my head around it. So we need to look at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for the third wave. This is the best way to learn Elliott Wave, by the way, guys, is just to go to a tick chart and start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oops, the daisy. So that does make the wave 1. ABC for wave 2 with the A wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for that. Wave 2. So it doesn't really matter about this because this will be the third wave building, but at the same time I just want to compare that to ETH actually. We want them to be on the same page roughly. So I won't go into a bigger picture here, but wave 3 over here, wave 4 here, wave 1 and 2 here. And we're going up into wave 3. We've got wave 1 here and 2 here. It got really sluggish of 1 and 2 and 3 here. We've got ABC for 4 here, so that's played out okay. We looked at going long here again, so we can just tidy that up a little bit. So we can move that over to there. So that's where you should be long now. That was yesterday's news. That's the 78.6, so that's why it's struggling there, but we should see that push up. And what I wanted to look at here was just to get a clear indication that was actually wave 1 here, which, and it is, so that reverts back because we still need to make a new high above here, so that's got to be wave 1 here. So Bitcoin is the one that's extending out. That means that ETH can catch up, which is fine, but so that will take us up to 2000, which will be the 5 of 3, and then we've got this ABC for wave 4 here. So that will be basically from this wave 2 to, I'll just take it to the, because it's being sluggish, we'll just take it there. That will bring it back to this space here for that. Okay, so that's about right at the nice support at the 1800. So we'll just put this back over here. We can adjust this later, something like that. Anyway, and then wave 5 over here somewhere, and then when we're over here we'll be looking, I mean the medium level's up here, we'll see how she travels, but basically 1, 2 and 3 here. I think it might get trapped within group 1 here, but we'll see how that plays out. Wave 1 is quite small, the extension's in wave 3, so we can also look at wave 1 and wave 5 being roughly the same. So I'm thinking of a classic trading levels pattern across this, across here, so that means the classic trading levels pattern looks like this. So if that's the 2000 there, this is going to be wave 3 here, the arrival, the wave 4 reaction, wave 5 coming up here as blue wave 5. There'll be 5 waves in that, and that will also be within group 1. So if that's 2000, we'll have 100, 200, and 300 somewhere in here. So it should stay within that, and then we'll have a larger correction here before we head higher. So the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level somewhere in here, and then a larger correction unfolding here before we head up higher from that point. It's messy, but it's straightforward. So that's where we are, folks. So that, yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to confirm that wave 1 there for that. I'll just go to the tick chart just to double check. I don't see a problem with it. So this is it here. So wave 1 and 2 here, you can spend some time and figure out the 5 waves in here for 3, 4, and going into 5 here, then our ABC pattern here, and then our building over here. So that's on cue, so that's all good there. So I'm just going to put that back, and then we're going to have a look at some alt. Where are we here? So I'll just move that out the way, and the Bitcoin out of the way. That's just another market we don't need, but I need to go to the TradingView site here. So, like I say, I'm just going to whip through these quickly, okay? So there's going to be a good half a dozen. So XRP, look at this as wave 1 here, an A and a B and a C wave here for wave 2. It does starting to look like we've got an impulse wave up through here. Now, if you're stacking, that's fine, but in terms of a trade, then we want the closest largest number, and in this case, this number here, as the support, and it's not there yet. But what you can see here is you can see a bit of a, well, either here, probably here, whoopsie-daisy. All I'm just pointing out here is that there is some sort of triangle pattern here, but it's not the triangle pattern that's interesting. Is that what we're seeing here is we're seeing the number 5 here, the second strongest number in the market, become the balance line for this whole correction. So the swings here have been high, and they're getting smaller, and they're going to get smaller. And then once it gets to a pivot here, it doesn't take a lot of volume to actually push it up from that point. It's really light on its feet at that time. You don't have a big emotional thing. So yeah, buying any low dips in through here, across here, would be the way to go here. But otherwise, we're going to wait for that to become support, and we can move up from that point. So this move down here just looked like 5 waves to me. So it was very difficult to get an impulse wave out of this. I can't. So the only thing I can do is go an A and a B and a C here, almost like a running flat. But I'm not happy with that at the moment either for this. We've got that long trade on at the moment. It's still open to come down, but most of the markets are pushing higher. Maybe we need to view this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then 5 here, or have to be 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 here. But it looks like this here is also 5 waves down here, so there'll be some little sort of ABC pattern to come in here before seeing probably the impulse wave to the upside come into play on this. Okay, but it could certainly, this wave 4 may be finished here, but it's a long shot. It could also be finished over here for this in some sort of A wave, B wave, and C wave finishing here for this. So a little bit, I'm not quite sure about that. The next one is ADA. So this one here, I can understand this as being an A and a B and a C down to this point here, but then I have problems with this here because it's not corrective yet. It's only this is only corrective if it takes out that low here. Right, so if it stays on here, it could pop up from there, and then we could treat that as 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here. But it's not looking that good here, and large, might want to be pulled down to this large number. If this top here gets taken out, then you can go long for that. But the main takeaway here is that at this stage, all of this is corrective here. If we make a new low down here, that's going to be a problem because then that will make that wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 down here. So yeah, it's really sort of split here. I'm thinking that they should, all these markets should be lifted because of ETH and Bitcoin moving higher. And this is AVA here. So with this one here, so wave 3 over here with an A and a B, and looking at 5 waves coming down here for wave C of wave 4 here, and then looking at wave 1 and 2 here. That's also 5 waves here, but this is where it becomes interesting because we can look at this being wave 1 here, or wave 2 being here for this as well. That will come back 50-60% down here, so that may be finished right there for that. But really that could also be a corrective wave here, so an A wave in blue, a B wave and a C wave here, and then have another 5 down here. So but because I've taken a bit of liberty here in this, in calling this 3 waves here for the B wave, so I've taken liberty there, so we need to be really mindful about that. Taking this low out, if it moved down, took that low out here, that would be confirmation that will be going much lower. So if that's of any help to you, then that is the line in the sand for this. But otherwise, we can look at this as 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Yeah, I don't have 5 waves down here just yet. So we'll see. But going along above that one there would be, if you're not long already, probably are in this. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see if this is an A and a B and a C. So I should just copy this here, just so I remember that we've actually talked about it. So it can be a B wave here, an A, B, C for the B wave, and then down here further. But we won't know that unless either that gets clicked out first, or that top there gets, that second high gets taken out there, and then you're on the long side. And if you're on the long side there, then you'll know that we've got wave 3 up here, wave 4 here, and we'll be going way up here. This should be at 650 here. That's the medium level. Yeah, so I think it's kind of looking quite good, but that's the key there. That's where you want to be going long from. The next one here is this one here. So let me just, I haven't done anything with these, so well, most of them I think anyway. So right, so that's where the B wave was sitting back at the 50% there at the level. So I can move that. It's making its way up, which is good. But once again, it hasn't really produced good impulse waves for this. There's good volume coming in, so that's good. It's a little bit, okay, so I've been counting this down as an ABC or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay, so I'm still a little bit lost on that. If we just focus on this here for a moment, if we looked at this here as wave 1 or wave A here, and then we would look at this as 1 and 2 and 3 here and 4 here and 5 here. So we still need to get another high and become above another high for this as well. So we need to get a high up here, and then a correction here. So it's really only after this one here that I could confirm that we're going higher at that point. because this would be an A wave, a B wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for the B wave sitting right here. So we would need to be above that. It's not to say that it can't go up. And the thing that I like about it here being bullish here by the buy is that you can see increasing volume on this side of the trend. And then over here, we're seeing lower volume come in. And then we're seeing higher volume come in over here as well. So, and lower volume here for this, so, and higher volume here. So basically and also lower volume coming into this low here. So there's an accumulation process coming in through here. So there is buyers moving into this. Not just the buyers moving in, there's equally no sellers there. There's slightly more buyers than sellers. Well, there's not many sellers at this point, so there is support there for that. And for this market to get back on top of this major level here, the 30, number 3, major level 3, then that's really an effort. So this is a setup here. So if you wanted to go long here, then this is where you'd go long from. You can go long on that one there, on that little high here. But there will be a problem at this point. But the volume's telling me that we're on the right track of pushing higher there. GRT is the next one here. So I've really got a mind to put this over here actually. I know that it's not the low, but it does give me 5 waves down here for that. What's that there? Oh, that's okay. Go up to, which still leaves us with our correction here that we've been working with this stock. So the A wave, the B wave, the C wave here, and then working higher here. It's trying to get support on the level here. It tried to get it here. So it's really the classic trading levels pattern of the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, the ABC correction. So the next time it gets above here, then should be going up at that point. Lit. All I can say about this is that it does appear to be, these are 4-hour charts by the way, this move down here appears to be corrective. This move here is an impulse wave. This one here is corrective. So we're seeing an impulse wave here, corrective wave here. We've been looking at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're still looking for this one up here. It's only when this 5th wave comes in here that I could set up a long trade for you on this one, but it's just not there yet. It's probably there because of this 3-wave price action, but it can be an A wave here, a B wave here, and a C wave over here. But we'll go, I obviously talked about this before, so we'll go along on that B wave over there. Link. So link here, it does appear that the move down through here is in 5 waves of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So it could be that we've got an A wave here and a B wave here and a C wave here, a bit of a long shot. No, that's not going to work, forget that. So yeah, it does haunt me a little bit. The other question here is that this level here, the 30 is a major level. Is this support on this level? It's not, is it? It's trying to get support. So we could possibly go, we could buy above that high there, that high there, or that high there. So you can do that. That's impulsive, that's corrective. This is impulsive, but it's kind of a bit weird. It's still, this here is part of this trend. Yeah, I'm not that sure. Sorry, I don't know. But if you wanted to go into this market, buying those highs is okay. But this haunts me here because it's got 5 waves down. So this can be an A wave here and a B wave coming over here, or even to here, and then moving down. So anyway, I can't help on that one. This next one here. I wonder if that's Uniswap, I don't know. But let's just have a look at this here a bit. So what we want here is the 30. Close enough for the time being. So that's the 30. So if we view this as a classic trading levels pattern here as well, so this is the 30 across here. So we've got the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level. So we need this over here for this now. So if I just move that there, this would be the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level. So that means that we can go long above here. It also looks like from this point, oh, I've got to include that now as 1 and 2 here, and I can see that that's 5 waves here. That's a little bit confusing for me. I've got to get my head around that. I can see 5 waves here. So this is still building to the upside here. But anyway, that's your long trade there. You could probably drop it down to there as well for that. So what it's doing, you can visually see it anyway. I mean, it didn't get much time up here, did it? You know, because normally you trade to the level, get out, and then wait for it to become support. So the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, an ABC pattern, and then getting in and there. So anyway, I'll keep an eye on that. But it doesn't have to come down below the level either, by the by, because we can have a variation of this one here. This is here. The variation of this is where it doesn't come back below the level here. It just finds support on the level, and that's why we take the first high here and the second high here as the entry. So that it happens, yeah. So that it could be like that based on what I can see here. So you'd probably drop that down a bit further. It does look like an A wave, a B wave here, and 5 waves down here. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So that low, it could be in here, and we just push up from there. So if you get a second low here, let's just imagine that goes up a little bit further, then comes down, then that will be your second high you can move in on. So the next one is flow. So that's also 30 something there, so that needs to close enough. Yeah, so I don't know much about the whole trend here, but the same thing again, the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and ABC pattern down here. So that means that you can go long above, probably that high would do the trick. And it's not to say that it's not going to come down. It's not to say that it can't come back down here, and if it does do that, then you need to work it from this point. So that means, I'm not saying that's should go up there, but sorry, that's the next entry point there. So it's nice if it drops below the level. So I don't know if this is going to happen. But this does appear to be a corrective A, B, and C wave here, with the C wave not finished here. So yeah, look for a better position to go in there. I want to have a look at those. This is DOGE. I just need to put that on here. DOGE, oh, sorry. So yeah, last time I thought we were looking at this as down for wave 1 here, up for wave 1 and back for wave 2 here. Yeah, so I've got to look at it in both ways. So we could look at it as an A wave here, a B wave here, and then a C wave up here. So a C wave would be 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. So the safe trade will be above the medium level here, 65. So 50 and 80 halfway is the medium level here. So it can even get to here and still be corrective and move down from that point. So we have to see this come into play, and then we need to see an ABC correction here. And then we need to see, so from here we need to see an A wave, B wave, and C wave here. And then we need to see, I don't know if that's going to be the case, but we need to see, then we need to see that high move up from that point. So we need to see all this complete. I want to get past it being an A and a B and a C wave to that point. Right, so if this becomes corrective here, we can go long on top of the B wave here. XLM here, so yeah, not a lot happening here, but some things are happening. So let me just check this out a bit. So, I mean, I like this here because it's basically in 3 waves here, so it's corrective. But this one here haunts me going up here because it looks also in 3 waves. This one here is 3 waves. So it's kind of like we're working in a triangle pattern here. This could be a large triangle pattern. I'll just better put that out there so I remember for next time. Don't need that for the time being. Don't need that. We can bring that across there. But on the positive side of things, I can see here that we've got a little 5 waves in here now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm wondering if this is an ABC pattern coming back here for that. It also looks 5 waves actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, still the only long trade would be above this high here at this stage. But even then, yeah, I think we're in some type of correction that's going to continue for quite some time, by the looks of it here. Yeah, apologies. I can't help with this because of this. So I think that we could be in some sort of triangle pattern. Can't put the B wave there, it just looks a bit too small compared to that. Okay, we'll just have to monitor that a little bit further. Yeah, it's not giving me anything. I mean, the positive thing is it's sitting on 40. But it's only positive if it takes out one of these highs, that second high or that high here. We just don't have an impulse wave here, so that just makes this corrective as an A and a B and maybe the C wave to here and an impulse down. It could certainly come down. Anyway, I don't have any answers, sorry. Right, the miners, we just need to fold these now into the Bitcoin count here for this. That looks impulsive as 1 and 2 and 3rd wave and 4th wave, 5th wave here for this. So I'd have to look at this here as 1 and 2 here and 3 and 4 and 5 for the A wave, the B wave and the C wave here. It's coming back up into supply here. It can edge higher. I don't know if that's on 4 hour. I don't know if, I'll just have a look on 5 minutes. I just want to see what it looks like. Oh yeah, it's not too bad. Oh, we must have talked about this being an ABC before as well. Obviously drunk again because they've moved. Oh no, that would have just come straight through, wouldn't it, of course. Okay, so one and two, strong 3rd wave here. Looks like a little, yeah, I'm not quite sure. I'm sorry guys, I need to think about that a bit more before I chuck into the deep end, but that's where the resistance is, covering the gap here, the 61.8%. So it could pull back, but I think we just, with Bitcoin moving up, let's just have a look at the other one here, which is MARA. That's on 5 minutes. Let's just go to, still 1 and 2. No, sorry, I'll go back to the 4 hour chart. So I just need to need to spend some time on that. But if we take it the same as Bitcoin, for example, then we could probably see something across here for this, but the wave 3 is going to be roughly sort of the same height here. So yeah, it's going to hit that 50 and then have a correction. So we're probably looking at, for this one, something of that nature, and then a fold back. Anyway, I'll try and do some work on that and try and understand that for next time. All right, I'll leave it at that because the video's too long. Alrighty, thanks, cheers.